Aloha, beautiful souls, and welcome to Transform with Rian. And in today's reading, we are going really, really big, really in depth to find out what does the next phase of your life look like. So that can be, anywhere from a few weeks to a few months, maybe even like a year or more. So we'll see how that plays out, but we're going to look at different areas of your life, including your just personal development, like just yourself, spiritual energy, personal evolution, and we're going to look at career, professional life, and then we're also going to look at love life, okay? Obviously, right? We can't forget love life. And so let's all take a deep breath together to receive this collective message to kick off our reading, get us aligned with the messages for you today. Deep breath in and exhale out. Perfect. And this was so eager to come out, this feather from the bluebird. I was thinking blue jay was kind of my guess, but what do I know about birds? Honestly, not much. So you are being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. Oh my God, yes. Give that a like if you are feeling that, if you are welcoming in these blessings of happiness and peace, because universe knows we need it right about now. You feel me? Okay, so we're going to start with group one. I'm going to put these other piles off to the side here. So group one, we are going to start here at this bottom section, which is sort of like your personal development, spiritual journey, like who you are becoming kind of energy. So let's start and kick that off to find out more about this next phase of your life, what it's looking like. So you have Ronan the Accuser, let it all burn. Wow, that's a powerful statement. And then your accompanying tarot cards are King of Swords, Six of Cups, and Nine of Coins. I said and like that was like the last one, but there's one more. And lastly, Three of Cups. So what I am seeing for you when it kind of just comes to maybe your personal life, your personal development, I see that you're actually leaving a lot of people behind, okay? I see that there's this separation of some connections that you've had for a while now. And, I think I was listening to some astrology podcast yesterday, and it was talking about how, people come into our life to influence us, to inspire us, to challenge us. And most of these people that come into our life actually aren't meant to be there for the long run, for the long term. And so that really struck a chord with me because, over the years, I've lived in quite a few places and I've made friends with some amazing people, but not all of those friendships lasted. And, I dated some people and not all of those relationships lasted. I've worked at places and not all of those jobs really lasted and resonated with me to be in the long term. And so what I'm seeing here is there's this sort of pruning phase in your life coming up. And some of these relationships that you've had before, that maybe you've even had since childhood, they're just not really your vibe anymore. You've become a different person, they've become a different person, and that is like completely natural. It doesn't say anything bad about you or about them, but sometimes you just kind of outgrow them. And that's what I'm seeing here with the King of Swords and the Nine of Coins, is a lot of these relationships, and I bet that already you're thinking of a couple of people who maybe you feel like you've outgrown, maybe you feel like your lives are headed in different directions, okay? You've had this kind of awareness about that for a while now with the King of Swords. Like you've thought about it, you've known it, but there's something about you that really likes this stability and security, this comfort. Okay, what I'm hearing with this word of Nine of Coins is like there's just this comfort in knowing that this person is like there, even if you don't really connect with them anymore, And now I'm feeling like you're kind of opening up to allowing it to kind of leave your life, make an exit. And it's not even, what I'm getting is not even something that you have to actually actively do. Like I feel for many of you, it's been like you reach out and call them and want to hang out with them. you invite them to something, or vice versa, they invite you to something. And it's simply just about like not going to these things, not inviting them out to things, just letting it naturally flow away. And I'm seeing kind of like this wave. You know how the wave comes in onto the shore of the beach and then like it recedes? It's like this just natural flow in and out, in and out. And it's like very beautiful and calming and relaxing. And I feel honestly, that's what this is going to bring into your life. Is once you let it all go, aka let it all burn, and allow it to kind of be reborn in a new way, meaning like your relationships, right? Like allowing new relationships to come into your life. It's going to be quite relaxing process. I feel it's going to be very easy, okay? Why? Because you're very adaptable. So look at this creature here. It's a griffin, okay? And it's like the face of a hawk or an eagle, and then like the legs or body of a lion. And in some, they have like, oh wait, no, that's more of a chimera, I would say, that has like the tail of a scorpion. But in any case, this is a creature that's very adaptable to land and air, right? And so I feel that this is an opportunity for you to just spread your wings a little bit, right? Spread your wings and connect with people who match more with who you are now versus who you were before. Okay? And I feel it really strongly more for friendships, because this Three of Cups energy, I'm feeling friendship more so than anything else. Like, not so much for like love life or family relationships, like brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, aunts, like that kind of thing. It's more, I feel like, in the friendship domain. Even like with acquaintances, okay? So for some of you, I'm even sensing this could be like work acquaintances, work friends, that you've been feeling that it's kind of, you're growing apart. And that's normal, like I said. Now, let's take a look at your career, your professional life, before we dive into love, okay? So you have energy, a light inside, my fire divine, energy fill me, make me shine. So I definitely see that this is like a glow up for you when it comes to your professional life. I feel you're getting a lot of recognition, and you're going to be very energized and inspired once again with work. I feel like, you know, with work and profession, it started getting kind of boring and kind of repetitive and mundane. And now is an opportunity for like shift again, excitement, bringing more passion back into your job and your career. And with this Make Me Shine, I see for a lot of you that it's actually even about switching positions or getting some type of promotion or raise, okay? So that that will reinvigorate you and make you excited about work again. Now, let's take a look at your clarifiers. With the tarot, we have the Hangman, Six of Coins, the Tower, and the Fool. Oh my gosh, you have 3 major arcana cards here. So it's very easy for me to say that this is a major shift that's happening in the next phase of your life when it comes to profession and your career. I'm sensing here, of course, with the Fool card, there's a new beginning with lots and lots of possibilities, lots of new dreams coming through for you. I feel like maybe you've actually accomplished quite a lot in your career here. With the Tower card, it's kind of about leaving this stuff behind, okay? Actually, you know what? Let me move these cards to the side for you. And I'm feeling here that this is actually going to be quite welcome, okay? Even though the Tower card looks a bit dramatic, right? Like there's people falling off the roof. But what I feel here is that this is like a cutting of ties. in a way of the old you. You know, like when you change positions or you change roles, like your title changes, right? Like before, maybe you were a cashier, and now you're a manager, right? Like your title changes. And that's what I'm seeing here with the Tower card. It's like a title change, a title shift, because the foundation that you have been building, that you've been making is crumbling and is like starting anew, okay? And, you know, I feel like for some of you, this might even take you by surprise. And I feel like there is someone here that has been rooting for you in the workplace. And I feel too, it's been a little bit like hush hush, okay? Like someone's been like hyping you up to management, to the hiring team. And I feel like you didn't know it, you know? That you didn't know these types of conversations were being had about you. But someone's really been singing your praises. And I feel like this very beautiful energy from them where it's like they're really supporting you and they really want to see you shine. And the thing is, they feel like you really deserve this promotion, this change in jobs or change in positions within the company or whatever. And they kind of want you to have it because they think you deserve it. They think you would be really qualified for it, okay? So this isn't sort of like a nepotism kind of thing, right? Where it's like, you know somebody who knows somebody and you're getting like a hookup kind of thing. No, this is someone I feel who's very genuinely invested in you and your progress in the workforce, in the work team, and has been really impressed by your abilities so far. Oh, I'm getting like all the fuzzies now coming through because I think that's so sweet. I love it when people support each other, you know, and it's like true altruism. It's not about like, I'm going to do you a favor because I want you to owe me and I want you to pay me back later. It's not even like that. And I just love that energy. I wish there was more of that in the world. And I feel like, you know, that energy is building up and growing. And that's a beautiful thing. Now here with the Hangman, what I'm seeing is like you're going to have to look at work in a different way, okay? This is going to sort of challenge your mentality, again, because with work, maybe it's been kind of boring. And it's like, you know, when you start to do tasks and it's like you're on autopilot, right? You know what I'm talking about? It's like when you drive your car home, like you just know where home is. You're not needing to put in the directions on a GPS and listen to like when you gotta turn, when you gotta, you know, take an exit or whatever. It's like you just have been on autopilot and your brain is sort of like not actively thinking, or you don't consciously have to pay attention that much at work with what you're doing because you're, again, just kind of on autopilot. You've done it so many times already. That's probably why it's been so boring, you know? And what I feel is like you are going to have to wake up because this person looks like they're sleeping, right? This princess here, it's like they're sleeping. It's like wake up from this dream-like state you've been in, and it's time to use your mind again, okay? I feel like maybe some of you, it's like waking up the brain and it's going to have to be learning new things, learning new tasks, right? Like when you're a manager, like maybe you have to learn how to do the cash deposits. Maybe you have to learn how to do scheduling. Maybe you have to learn how to shuffle people around on the sales floor kind of thing to respond to the different traffic flows within the business, right? So there's a lot of new tasks and a lot of new skills. You're probably going to get like a new login, new password, and new applications on the computer that you're going to have to access and learn how to read and understand. So I feel like that's what this is with the Hangman. It's just like new information, new skill sets coming through here for you in your new role and your new position. So congratulations on that already. Like, that's really cool. I'm so excited for you. And let's go ahead and lastly, of course, look at your love life. Okay, let's see what love life is looking like. So we have appreciate. Your twin appreciates you. See the blessings, practice appreciation. Oh, so I feel like a lot of calm energy happening in your love life now. Very harmonious. So let's see what we have with your tarot clarifiers. You have 10 of Wands, Strength, Seven of Cups and Queen of Swords. Okay, so yes. So when it comes to your love life here, what I'm seeing for maybe, I feel like many of you are like in a relationship right now, and it's like boyfriend, girlfriend, casual partner situationship, spouse, right? Like those kinds of, any kind of relationship that you're in, no matter if it's long term or what I'm seeing here is that there's been a phase where maybe you didn't really know what was going on here. Maybe there was even a little bit of like fighting and arguments lately. And I feel like that's coming to an end here. And the beautiful thing about it is I feel like once you let this fight rest, like you just leave it alone already, like you don't have to keep bringing up the same thing over and over and over. Just let the problems lie dead already, you know, like just leave it go, let it go. This beautiful understanding and this beautiful deepening of the connection with you and this person is gonna arise, okay? Because there's a lesson that you've learned with each other, right? You've learned about each other's personalities, each other's viewpoints during this argument. You've learned how to reconcile with each other. You've learned how to compromise with each other. And so I feel like this is a beautiful leveling up of your relationship, okay? Where it's like you can have a greater appreciation for each other, a greater respect for each other, and you now value what you two have together, okay? Like I feel like maybe before it was like being taken for granted, and it felt very much like I wish I had this, or it should be this way, and now it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, I'm happy things are the way they are now. I'm happy we were able to overcome this disagreement. And the strength here, it tells me that, you know, that strength of will and deciding to hang in there and not quit, not give up on this is really paying off for you. Here, I feel like there's a new level of honesty that has arisen within your relationship because of whatever disagreements you were having, right? I feel like maybe one or both of you were afraid to be honest because you were afraid of what the other person was going to think. And then a lot of just misunderstandings came up, maybe like lies via omission or whatever, right? Came up, and then there was this confrontation now about like, hey, what do you really think? What do you really feel? Like, just get it out there. No need to tiptoe around it, walk on eggshells anymore. Like, just get it out there, okay? Because with this Queen of Swords, there's a little bit of this energy of brutality, like being brutally honest, not like hitting each other or anything like that. No, that's not what I mean at all. But more like, again, just uncensored honesty with each other. And yeah, maybe it might have stung or hurt a little bit, but actually in the long run, it was like better. Okay, it's kind of like what needed to happen, and like just get it out in the open, like air it out. You know, I remember those types of moments in many of my relationships in life, romantic and friendships even, where I felt like there was this big weight lifted off my shoulder when everything was out there in the open. You know, like everybody knew each other's cards and no one was keeping secrets anymore or hiding. And, you know, again, sometimes the things that I heard wasn't what I wanted to hear, but it's like, you know, it's like just ripping off the bandage. You know, it was like wonderful to have that freedom now to just know what's going on here and not have things kept from me. And here with the Seven of Cups, it's like definitely this opening up of energy here for you and your partner now moving forward, and opening up a world of new possibilities for your relationship and how it can continue to grow and evolve. Like, you know, I feel like in a kind of weird, twisted way, your wish has been granted, okay? Now, for those of you that are single, let me take a look here and see if what maybe applies to you when it comes to love. I feel like I need to shuffle them. Because the energy is like much different for you, right? So kind of looking at it in a different way through a different lens. So 7 of Cups, Strength, Queen of Swords, 10 of Wands. Okay, this is very interesting. So for my singles here, what I'm seeing is that maybe there was someone that you have kind of been hanging on to, okay? Hanging on hope for. And what I'm seeing now is that someone new is going to come into your life. They're going to be a new option for you. So this person that you've been hanging on to or hoping for, waiting for, whatever the case may be, like it's not going to happen. Okay, like that's what I'm seeing here. It's not going to happen with this 10 of Wands. And you were hoping and wishing and dreaming, and you were really hanging in there. But it's not going to happen. That's not your destiny right now, or that's definitely not this next phase of your life, is not to be with them. Who knows what happens beyond this phase? But in this next phase of your life, the best thing for you is to just let them go. Don't think about them. Create space, create distance. Let them do their own thing. You do your own thing, okay? And I'm seeing here with this Queen of Swords, somebody is going to come in who is going to be who you need right now, okay? It might not be who you want, because again, maybe you've been holding out for this other person, but someone's going to come into your life for you to date and get to know. That is someone that you need to be with, you need to interact with. I feel like they have something very important to share with you, whether it's like a new idea, a new way of thinking, a new opinion, or maybe a new way for you to feel, okay? A new experience for you. And this person is going to be very upfront, very honest with you. They're not going to be that person. I feel like maybe there's this indecisive energy from this person you've been hanging on to, but this person coming in very decisive. They know what they want, they know who they are, and they're coming in and really shining in that, okay? And I feel like that is going to help you understand something very key. Like maybe it could be what it looks like when someone is certain about you and wants to get to know you, and that way you can kind of compare and contrast to this person who you've been waiting for, who maybe is like indecisive, who's like wishy-washy, who's flaky, right? You're gonna see when you compare these two people together, because you know sometimes we can't help that. We just make these comparisons between people we're dating, and you're gonna learn something very key about yourself. Okay, like what is your preference? I'm feeling there's this energy of self-worth coming out as well. Like what is it that you're worth? Okay, like what do you deserve when it comes to love and romance? Those are key things for you to know about yourself. So I really hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for watching and supporting this channel. I really appreciate, you know, your viewing, and if you let the ads play, thank you so much. That really helps support the growth of this channel as well. So I just thank you so much for that, and I hope you got a lot out of this reading. Let me know in the comments down below if there's specific topics actually that you want me to cover. I'm kind of open right now to hearing what my amazing viewers want to see on this channel. So let me know down in the comments below, and we'll see which readings I can create for you all. All right, so until next time, take care, loves. Thanks for hanging out. Hey there, group 2. Welcome to your reading to find out what does the next phase of your life look like. So we are going to take a look at first here, sort of like your personal development, your spiritual growth, like who you're becoming, that type of energy. All right, so we have the Hulk with think first, smash later. Ooh, okay, I think this is a very beautiful energy you're stepping into. And with this, we have 10 of Swords, Queen of Wands, 6 of Swords. This is beautiful, actually. This is all aligning so well. 2 of Wands. Okay, this message, amazingly, is actually very, very clear for all of you. Now, we all know that the Hulk is kind of that personality that goes into a rage, right? And sometimes can cause like a lot of damage, like a lot of collateral damage. and can seem like a big threat, not only to the enemies and the bad guys, but even your friends. You know what I'm saying? So, what I'm seeing here for you is there's sort of this calming or balancing of your energy in this next phase of your life. It seems like maybe recently you've had a lot to be angry about, and even that anger might come out looking like frustration, disappointment, irritability. Okay, so you've been sitting in that energy lately, but as you come into this next phase of your life, I feel it's a lot calmer. Okay, and I'm feeling sort of with this energy here, like this brutality and this hostility that you've had, where maybe some of the people close to you, like your family and friends, kind of got sort of under, what is that, friendly fire, right? Like what they say in the armed forces in the military, where some people get injured in a battle by their own teammates, the people that are on their side, because they're just caught in the melee, And so I feel like that's coming to an end, okay? Like there's been several times where like some of my family members or even my friends where something else really angered them, right? And then it felt like I kind of was a victim on the receiving end of that anger, even though I had nothing to do with it, where it's like someone had a bad day at work or had a bad experience with a patient, and then when they came out, they just started ranting and raving and yelling at me because of this mean person that they interacted with, right? And it made me feel like really bad. And it was like, oh my gosh, like I know it's not my fault what happened, and I know you don't blame me, but it's like the energy that you're putting off, this like negative vibe, this like angry energy is like really uncomfortable for me, or you can even be so much like I've done it myself, where it's like someone said something to me and I like was angry and I didn't have like an outlet for that anger that was healthy and appropriate, and I would like snap at my parents or snap at my sister or something like that, And then I felt so bad afterward, and it's like, my gosh, I need to like watch my temper, and I feel like you've been in that phase, okay? And now what I'm seeing here is, anger, like with the Hulk, it really clouds your judgment, okay? And I feel here with this, like you see all this water that's kind of like crazy and sloshing around, and the water here is clearer. So, I'm feeling that not only is it like your emotions, which is represented by the water, but your emotions are like calming down. And because the emotions are calming down, your thoughts are a lot clearer now. And you're able to make better choices, better decisions that are more responsive rather than reactionary, okay? So I feel like this time where you were like, felt like maybe you were constantly getting triggered by something, it's finally calming down. It's like easing up. And, coming back to our collective message, this peace, you're going to have a lot more peace, a lot more happiness. So less things to aggravate you, make you angry in this next phase of life, but more things to help you keep your cool, keep a cool head. And with this Queen of Wands, I feel like this is a very magnetic aura now. Like before, you were a bit like repellent. So maybe some people, they notice like you've been waking up on the wrong side of the bed quite often lately. And so they've been like avoiding you and trying to stay out of your way, and they don't want to be part of your rampage. And so I'm seeing now that they're starting to come out of hiding now. And they're wanting to, interact with you. They're wanting to keep company with you again, okay? So it's like, once you're calmed down now, less things to irritate you and annoy you, less stresses happening, then you'll have an opportunity to socialize more and kind of be that version of yourself, which I think is more the true version of you, right? Like we all go through periods where it seems like life is throwing us one curveball after another, and it feels like we're striking out again and again, right? And it's just so annoying. But here, finally, like you can calm down, things around you are settling, and as you calm down, people are going to feel better about being around you, hanging out with you, and spending time with you, So that's beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy for that. My gosh. I've been through those phases myself. I totally know what it feels like, and it is really frustrating, to say the least. Now let's take a look at your professional life, career, okay? So you have success. Oh, snap. Okay, you go ahead with your bad self. Success that's true belongs to me. Success with honor, integrity. So I feel like you've been working really, really hard in the workplace on something. And now, because this is success that belongs to you, so now you get to reap the rewards in this next phase of your life. I'm feeling that whatever you've been doing, you haven't been like cutting corners or kind of cheating, anything like that. You've been really diligent with things. You've been really following the rules, playing by the rules. And so even though it's like a lot of work and maybe you've been tempted to take some shortcuts or just like let some things go, let some things slide, because you wanted to maintain this level of integrity, this level of like quality within your work, it's paying off, okay? You know, I'm hearing that a lot of people, they want to get somewhere fast, right? And that's why they cut corners. That's why they do things that seem like you're cheating, right? Or clickbaiting or manipulating, right? Those types of things. But you know, that even though you can experience success that way, right? That success is very brittle. It's very fragile, because I feel like those types of tactics, they don't really engender loyalty, okay? And what I'm feeling into is nowadays, what's really good for professional life, for career, for money making, for abundance, is doing the right thing by people, like having that loyalty there, okay, in place. So knowing that you do quality work. So I feel like in a way, many of you, maybe you're like independent contractors, or maybe there's other people in your workplace that have the same role as you, and people can pick and choose who they give different projects to, right? And I feel like maybe you might not be the fastest at getting things done, and maybe you might not get the most people or the most sales or whatever. This phase of your life, you're going to be recognized for the quality of the work that you do now, okay? For some reason, I feel like there's this special message for some of you who do work on commission, like commission-based sales, for example. And I feel like, you know, for a while, maybe you haven't been meeting your quota or exceeding your quota, like you've just been kind of scraping by, and it feels like, you know, you're not performing well. Maybe that's the feeling that you've been getting, and that people are kind of looking at you as an underperformer, right? Or not like a star employee kind of energy, right? But I feel like that's going to shift, because like, say for example, there's someone who's getting a lot of sales, a lot of commissions, but then a lot of people were canceling after a while from their sales, their commissions, right? But even though you got less sales than they did, like all of your commissions, they're like return customers, or there's no product returns. Do you know what I'm saying? And so like your retention is a lot better. And that's what's really going to further you along in your professional life in this phase. Wow, that was a lot of information from this one card. So let's actually see what more we can get from your tarot, okay? So we have the Emperor. We have Judgment. Oh, this is perfect. This is totally resonating with your card here. And you know, I find this happens a lot when I feel really in my element doing the readings, is that I pull out the first card and then the tarot cards just kind of match up. It's so cool. So 10 of Coins and King of Cups. So yes, what I'm seeing here is you play by the rules. You don't, you know, mislead people or take any shortcuts. And as a result, like, you're getting finally this recognition and success that is your due. Okay, like you deserve this. So congratulations, it all paid off. I know, I feel like you got really worried there at one point, and now you see like, oh, everything turns out just fine. Everything worked out so beautifully. So congratulations. I feel like, this praise, this recognition is going to be spoken out loud and shared with others. I feel like, this is definitely like a step forward if you want to get a raise, if you want to get a promotion, like you're taking the right steps here. Okay, I feel like it's moving you along your path, like it's moving you towards your goals. I feel like maybe some of you were thinking you needed to do something different with your work, and you needed to, like, maybe you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to find a way to outperform yourself even. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to improve yourself. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But I feel like you were feeling pressured to improve yourself because you were like feeling like you're in competition with someone else. But really, the way you were doing things, your style is like perfect. Why? Because it's like honoring who you are at yourself, at your core. You're not being somebody else. You're not being someone you think you need to be to please others. Okay? So being yourself paid off. Oh, I love that. Okay, I feel like you need to comment this down below. Being myself pays off. Being myself pays off. Being myself pays off. Oh, yes. Oh my God, yes. That is your phrase today for y'all's reading. Oh, I love it. And I feel like I'm getting a lot of that message as well. So thank you. Thank you, group 2, for letting me do this reading for you. Okay, so let's take a look at these 2 cards. What I'm seeing here is you're definitely building like a family, right? In a lot of workplace situations, they like to think of like your work family and a family business, right? That type of energy. And with family too comes this energy of loyalty. And this is actually making me think of too, and this is so flattering, and it really made me feel good about my job when I was working in an urgent care. Okay, so I'll share this little story. In urgent care, when there's a lot of patients coming in, there's always this pressure to like get them in and out as quickly as possible. And probably this doesn't come as a surprise to some of you if you've been with my channel for a while. I don't really rush things. I aim to do quality work and do the right thing for people, no matter how long it takes. So I used to feel so bad about myself because my colleagues would see patients in like 10 minutes, whereas I would take 15 or 20 minutes, right? So I was slower. I was the slower one to see patients, get them in and out. And, I felt really bad about it, and there were ways that I tried to be faster about it, but then I felt like I was being so disingenuous, right? Like I felt like I was rushing my patients to tell me their story, to send their prescriptions, and I didn't feel good about it because like if I'm coming in for a health problem and I have a serious concern about my health, I don't want the other person, like the doctor or the PA or nurse practitioner, to like rush me through it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I want them to really listen to what I'm going through so that they can actually prescribe me the best treatment plan, right? And so rushing and like trying to get people in and out felt so awful to me, right? Like I did not feel good about myself at the end of the day or at the end of the visit. And so, I just kept doing what I was doing because I tried it a different way and it didn't feel good. And every month we get surveys filled out by our patients, and we would get bonuses based on our score that our patients gave us. And I consistently got the highest scores. And so my bonus every month would be really good because even though I saw less patients, they were all very happy and they all felt really good about their interactions with me. And the few times that I was not interacting the way I felt I should and not being true to myself, I actually got a bad review. Right? That's the way it goes, y'all. When you're not being yourself, and you're not being genuine, like it blows up in your face, okay? When you try to be someone you're not. And so that's kind of what I mean by you being who you are. Maybe not the fastest, not the strongest, not the most popular, whatever it is, but there's this loyalty here. Like, okay, sorry, speaking about the loyalty, like all of my patients that gave me good reviews, like they were like, oh, I would recommend my friends to come here to see Ryan as their provider, or they would come back to the clinic and they'd ask if I was working, and if I was, they'd only want to see me. They'd wait to see me, even though it would be a while. Like, they wanted to see me because they knew the quality of work that I did was worth it. It was worth the wait. So that's that loyalty here, okay? So when it comes to your clients, when it comes to your sales, your commissions, you are really building something here, okay? Something long lasting. And it's because you're able to empathize and connect with people. So, you know, sometimes people say that being sensitive and empathic is like a bad thing, right? But in your case, this is a very good thing, that people really feel seen and heard by you. And that's what keeps them coming back to you. That's what makes them want to continue to work with you, continue to be around you, continue to receive your services, because you really help them feel connected to someone as more than just a sale, more than just a number. Oh my God, I love you. I love this reading. You're an amazing person. I just love this type of vibe from you, that you are finally getting exactly the recognition and success you deserve because you're doing the right thing, okay? And you're really caring for people and caring about the work you do. Oh my gosh, I love it. You're amazing. Okay. Oh my gosh, I almost grabbed the cards from the next group's rating. But we need to grab your pile to go through love now. Ooh, okay, I know a lot of you love to talk about love. So here we go. Denial. Repressed emotions. Rejection. Unable to see below the surface. Wow, okay, this is a very interesting. So what we have here? 5 of Swords. Oh, look at Isis. I think that's Isis. She's crying. 8 of Cups. Oh, walking away. The Magician. And Page of Swords. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is with your love life here, I see that you're not actually going to be getting what you want. Okay, whatever that is. I know, not super exciting, not what you wanted to hear, but we got to be honest here. Life is full of ups and downs, and it's just the way things go. So with this denial, it says repressed emotions, rejection, unable to see below the surface. So what I'm seeing here is you're definitely going to have to walk away from something. Like, something hasn't been working well for you. I feel like many of you too, maybe you've been even biting your tongue, or the other person has been biting their tongue. Like, they've been choosing not to say something. And what I feel now, it's like, this is that repressed emotions. And I'm feeling this energy of like, I just can't take it anymore. Like, I'm done. This is not working for me, right? Like, I feel this kind of energy coming through here. And that there's something that you need to walk away from. Now, for some of you, doesn't mean you need to walk away from the relationship, and it's about time to do so because you haven't been happy, the other person hasn't been happy, you both haven't been happy, whatever. Like, yes, that could definitely be a case for some of you. For others of you, though, I feel like maybe there was something too that you as a couple were trying to come to an agreement on, and it's just like you're just not, neither one of you is going to budge. And so what I'm seeing is like just walking away from the subject, okay? Like, maybe you're like, let's move, let's buy a new house. And the other person's like, no, I don't want to move. I don't want to buy a new house for whatever reason. And you've just been kind of having this back and forth. And now it's like, okay, neither of us are budging an inch. So we just need to walk away from this topic for now. Just drop it, okay? Like, neither of us are going to submit, okay, or throw in the towel, give up, okay, something like that. Or maybe it's even like about buying a car, about having children, like whatever the conversation is that's very like meaningful and emotionally charged for both of you. Like, you're just not going to agree right now. So it's for now, it just has to be tabled and then maybe come back to it later. All right. Now, what I see here, though, with this optimistic energy here is that, so for those of you that may feel the need to leave a relationship or experiencing some kind of breakup or separation, what's beautiful is that someone even better is going to be coming in, okay? I feel like there's this energy of like magic, fancy, right? Because we have this Page of Swords here that's dressed like hella fancy. We have this magician that's also dressed hella fancy. And I feel like this new person that will be coming into your life is really gonna blow your mind. They're gonna make you do like a double take with your eyes. They are really going to be quite alluring and quite like, ooh la la pepe, wee wee. You know, like they're just gonna be like, oh my gosh, you are like amazing. You look delicious. Like, I just feel like there's like this excitement coming through, and we have this like golden stream as well. And I feel like, you know, gold is like this very wonderful, valuable, precious metal kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like this person that's coming into your life is, and I feel like this is a romantic prospect because, you know, we're talking about love, is really going to help you kind of forget about your ex. Okay? Like, that seems kind of nice, right? To be like, you know, you thought this relationship was going to be something, go somewhere, maybe be long term, even like that was your hope anyway. And then it didn't go there. And so you're like, well, bummers, now what? And this is what is this like amazing new prospect for you. And so it seems like this would be a great one to kind of explore, see where it goes. If anything, I feel like you're going to have a lot of fun with them. Okay? It's going to be just what you need at this time. Now, for others of you where it doesn't involve a breakup or a separation, what I'm seeing is like once you table this, once you both kind of let go of your expectations of having your way here, it's going to open up a portal of opportunity for you to get something even better, for both of you actually, to get something even better, get something that you weren't expecting or maybe didn't think you wouldn't get for a while, right? So say for example, like you want to, one of you wants to get a new house, you want to move, and then it's like, okay, well, we can't agree on where to move, what house to buy, if we should even move, whatever, so you table it. And then this other opportunity comes along, like maybe you're offered a job, a raise, a promotion, right? And then it could even be that that job, raise, promotion requires you to move, live somewhere else. And then that opportunity portal is going to open up for you to look at new places to move, and you'll be able to agree on a place based on this promotion. Does that make sense? So it could be sort of like a detour that you're taking on your way to whatever this thing is, or again, just like a not right now, because there's something else that you need to address first that you don't know about that's going to be a surprise. Then you can come back to this, right? So, ooh, that's really cool. I love it. I love it. How exciting. So there's definitely no losses here, okay? It's like just moving one thing out of the way to get to something even better. So I hope you really enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, loves, and thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for watching all the way through. And if you let the ads play during the reading as well, thank you a lot. That really helps support me financially to keep making content and grow the audience here so I can help more people with my reading. So I truly appreciate that. All right, thank you again, and I will see you all next time. Bye. Hey there, group 3. Welcome to your reading to see what does the next phase of your life look like. So we are going to start here with sort of like your personal development, personal growth, personal life, who you are becoming, right, in this next phase of your life. So you have Dr. Doom, control at all costs. So what I'm feeling here is like a lot of determination coming from you, a lot of energy towards doing whatever is necessary to achieve your goals, get where you need to be. So it's like this wave of energy and motivation coming in for you. That's awesome. Now, what's so interesting about your pile group 3 is every time I was shuffling the tarot cards, even though I was planning to only get 4, your pile, your group, consistently 5 cards kept coming out. So I'm really curious to see what the cards have to share with you, because it seems like they have a lot to say, you know? So we have Ace of Coins, 7 of Coins, Ace of Swords. Wow, okay, I'm really seeing this now. Temperance, and the Devil. Okay, so what I'm definitely seeing here is a lot of thinking, acting, thinking, acting. So what I see is like whatever your goal is, like you're going to think of something, you're going to take action on it right away. And then you're going to kind of see the results, what happens, and you're going to get a new idea and act on it. So it's kind of like these things are, this row, this top row of cards are like interplaying with each other. It's like, think of something, take action, reflect, get a new idea, take action, reflect, get a new idea, right? Like, I feel there's a lot of shifting, movement, adapting happening in your life right now, where it's like a lot of pivoting. And, you know, that may sound a bit exhausting, where it's like, I just want to do like one thing and just kind of stay on track and just be consistent with it. And I just feel like that's really not what's happening here right now. I feel like this is a lot of quick learning, quick thinking on your feet, and implementing. So I see, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I see there's like this quantum leap happening in your life. Oh my gosh, it's making me think of like the Ant-Man and Wasp movie that's coming out, because again, y'all know I love Marvel and superheroes and stuff like that. So Quantum Mania, about going into the quantum realm, going into a whole new world, a whole new reality, being a whole different person, like, oh snap, that is what is happening to you on this energetic evolutionary level. It's like you are going to get like a PhD in becoming who you're meant to be, but you're gonna do it like the accelerated path, you know, instead of like 2-3 years, it's gonna take you like a year kind of thing. Like, you're just growing so fast. What may have taken you like months or years to achieve or accomplish before, it's gonna happen so fast. And it's because of this adaptability. I feel like in your world right now, change is the only constant, okay? And you have to flow with that energy, okay? In your life specifically, it's not about kind of getting into a routine, doing the same thing over and over again, like kind of staying in your lane. This part of your life, this next phase of your life, is all about mad growth, mad changes, okay? And it's gonna come in quick succession, like really, really, really fast. And I feel, you know, when it says control at all costs, and I see this fire here that's like it feels like a very sacrificial fire, that you're going to be so busy with all this stuff that there are some things that you're just not going to be doing anymore. Like, I don't know, maybe you got in the habit of cooking all your meals, but you don't have time, so maybe you're going to eat out more. Maybe you were in the habit of watching lots of TV, and you're not going to be able to watch as much TV, right? Like, you're just going to be doing so much stuff now. I feel like what's so interesting here, like, you know, what I'm feeling the universe wants you to affirm for yourself. So type this down in the comments below. I twist and turn with ease and reach my goals. I twist and turn with ease and reach my goals. I twist and turn with ease and reach my goals. Okay, because I feel like for some of you, like, this seems a bit intimidating, a bit daunting, a bit like scary to have to bob and weave and twist and flow like an obstacle course. But I'm seeing right now at this phase in your life, you have the ability to do it. Like, you can totally do it. And I think you're really going to surprise and impress yourself at how well you do this and how you come on top. Like, I think you're going to be so surprised at the outcome here of all this like movement, okay? That's amazing. So you go ahead, you go ahead. It's making me think of basketball, actually. You know how those people, they like pivot and turn, or even in tennis, right? So think of it like you're entering like a tennis match, or I feel like tennis is a better example because it goes more back and forth, right? Between just two people, like you and this goal, this other thing that you're reaching for, right? The win. Versus basketball is kind of like a team thing, so you can like pass the ball to other people, and I feel like that's not really what's happening. It's like you're doing all of this. And so, yeah, just like this tennis match I see, and you're like gonna come out on top. Like, yeah, okay, I feel like you will get tired, no doubt about it, because we're not, you know, we don't run on infinite energies. Like, we don't have to sleep or eat or take a break. Like, that's not how humans are. But I feel like you are going to have a lot more stamina and endurance than you normally do. Then you're going to be able to do it because it's your time. Because there's a lot of fire energy coming through. Like, there's so many reds and oranges here in your cards. And, you know, the time I'm recording this reading, Mars went direct again, just like a couple days ago. And so most people were feeling a bit sluggish, a bit more introverted, less energetic since October. And now everyone's waking up. Their energy is like building. And so this, I feel like, reflects that in you very strongly in your life. So the Mars placement in your chart is probably interacting quite strongly with the transiting Mars. If you know anything about astrology, you'll know what I mean. If not, no worries. Just know you're going to have a lot of energy to keep up this pace. Now, what is going on with the Temperance and the Devil card? Because they're both major arcana cards, right? And it's no coincidence that they ended up both here together on the bottom. And what I'm feeling here is that you are going to experience during this phase, okay, it's not like it's just like a day or two or whatever, it could be weeks or months. During this phase, there's going to be a lot of temptations to maybe throw in the towel, give up, go back to old patterns that were probably not very healthy, right? Like, I don't know, maybe there's something that you do when you get stressed out, because even though you're going to be able to do this, it doesn't mean you're not going to be stressed out. Even though you have the energy to do this, doesn't mean there's not going to be moments of stress, okay? And when those moments come, I feel like there's going to be this temptation for you to go back to an old pattern, go back to doing something the way you did it before, because it's comfortable, because it's familiar, and in that regard, it was very soothing to you when in this time of stress, you want to go to do something soothing. And here, what I'm seeing with this Temperance is that in those moments, you need to pause and take a breath versus act on maybe this impulse here, okay? To go back to a bad habit, we'll call it. Close your eyes, pause and take a deep breath in and out, and just remind yourself of your goal. Remind yourself of why you were doing this to begin with. Okay? So that's very, very important. That's like some advice coming through for you. Oh, I love it. Okay, so you just twist on turn your way to the top, honey. All right, let's see what we have going on here for your professional life, and then we'll go to love, okay? So for your professional life, your career life, we have harmony. As I create, I will share harmony. Oh, wait, blah, blah, blah. What am I doing? As I create, I will share harmony divine with love and care. There you go. That's how it's supposed to be read. And again, you got your 5 cards. So for you, we have the Chariot. Beautiful. 5 of Cups. 4 of Wands. Wow. Okay. High Priestess. 2 of Swords. Okay, this is very, very interesting. So what I'm getting from your professional life, from your career, is very specific, actually. So I feel like someone is actually leaving your place of work. or maybe moving on to something else. That's what I see with the Chariot. So someone is moving on to something else, okay? Maybe they got a promotion, maybe they're retiring, maybe they're just quitting and they found a job at another company. Maybe they're changing departments, like, I don't know, whatever the case may be. I remember this used to happen a lot in my early years when I was working in retail. That there were like certain managers that I really liked that I thought were cool, and they were getting transferred to another store because they were going to be trained to be like a store manager, or get promoted or whatever, or they had to move because their spouse got another job offer in another place, something like that, right? And I was so sad about it because I thought they were really, really cool and I loved working with them, and it was like I wanted to go to work because of them. Like, you know, there's people at certain jobs where it's like, I like working with this person, but I don't like working with that person, right? And when this person that you like working with leaves, it's kind of like, oh man, I hope the person that's going to replace you is just as cool as you are and we get along just as great, because this person I don't like to work with, like, I don't want to have to keep working with them. I want to have options. I want to have someone else cool that I could work with. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to actually make you really sad, and you're going to feel bummed out, but there's going to be a celebration, right? There's going to be a really good going away, or congratulations kind of party for this coworker. And I feel like you'll be able to enjoy it. Maybe you'll even make some good connections with the coworkers that you have that are staying, right? So there's gonna be a celebration for them as they move on, even though you're mostly sad about it. Okay. Now, what do we have here? So that was very specific, very straightforward. So what do we have here with the High Priestess and the Two of Swords? So it's interesting because I'm hearing the word intuition coming through from both of these cards. And the High Priestess, like, classically speaks about intuitive guidance. So like trusting your gut instinct, for example. And the Two of Swords often speaks to like you not being able to see the options or see the consequences of something. So the message is coming through. It's coming through a bit slowly right now. But what I'm seeing is that the Two of Swords is referencing some type of blind spot. Like, you know, in our mind, we think of things as sort of like, what's the most logical next step that's going to happen, okay? Like, if this happens, then if A happens, then B is going to happen next, right? Like, we kind of think that way. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I spill something on the table, my first step is to grab a napkin so I could wipe it up, right? Or my first step is to ask somebody to grab me something so I can clean it up. Do you know what I'm saying? And then I think about if I need to refill my cup of water, right? So I spill my cup of water. My first instinct is to clean it up and then get more water, right? Not some other way. So your mind is thinking like that. This happened, so the next step is going to be this, right? It's like you're trying to predict something using your brain, though, logic mind. But really, what needs to happen is you need to just trust your gut. Trust your intuition here, okay, when it comes to work. So something's going to happen at work and you're going to have sort of this reactionary or what is the word? I guess reaction, right? It's like where you're not thinking and you're just like instinct. Okay, you're gonna have this just sort of instinctual response. And what I'm hearing is that there needs to be a moment to actually pause and feel what you should do next versus react to it. Okay, like, so for example, like, maybe it's that I, I'm trying to think of a good example here. And all I'm thinking about is like some examples from medicine, which I'm not sure everybody will get. But it's like there's some instances in medicine where what you think you're supposed to do can actually be really harmful. Okay? So it's like, oh, okay, I have one. I have one, guys. Are you ready? Okay. So, like in medicine, like when you respond to an emergency, like you see somebody who's injured or hurt, right? Like they're collapsed and they're wounded, and you come across them and you're like, your first instinct might be to rush toward them and like shake them like, oh my God, are you okay? Wake up, are you okay? And that is actually not what you're supposed to do. Okay, if you come across somebody who is wounded or passed out, before you rush to them, like your instinct should be, you're actually supposed to stop for a quick moment and survey the surrounding area, okay? And make sure that it's safe for you to approach, right? Make sure there's no like holes in the ground in front of you that you could fall into, and then now you're definitely not going to be able to help this person that's injured or wounded. And as a matter of fact, like you might be needing help as well, so now two people need help instead of just one. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not about like rushing forward and just like going on instinct. It's about pausing to assess the situation and feel out, okay, is this safe? Can I approach this? Is this the right thing to do? Or am I just responding out of fear and worry and not doing the right thing, right? Like we're worried if this person is okay. But again, we need to pause and have a calm mind and collect ourselves and be like, okay, what can I do to help? How can I get to them to help them properly, right? It's like, you know, with firefighters and stuff like that, they don't just like go charging into a building that's on fire to rescue people. They have to assess, like, is the building okay? Is the structure safe and sound for us to go in there? Can we go through this door? Can we go through this hallway? Or is the floor gonna collapse and trap us in there? And now we're also needing rescuing, not just the people in the building. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is what's coming for the next phase of your life, is you're gonna have to pause and not react. You're gonna have to assess and feel into the situation. And some of that, for some of you, what I'm actually hearing, because this person is sitting, this person is just standing there, there's no movement. Your instinct is going to be to do something when really what your response should be, and you'll understand this when you tune into your intuition, is to just wait and see. Ooh, that's some really good advice. You know, a lot of us in the Western world, we're like, go, 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 take care of this fast, fast, fast. And that's not always the appropriate course of action. So here's your advice, okay? When you feel like you need to do something because you're afraid or you're worried or you're anxious, the correct response in that moment, in the next phase here of your life, is to actually wait and see. Wait and see what happens next before you take an action. Ooh, I love that. Oh my God, I love that. Okay, now I'm sure many of you have been excited about this part. We're gonna talk about love, okay? So for love, in this next phase of your life, you have journal, write, process, contemplate, understand your sacred journey. My gosh, this isn't a great segue from what we were just talking about of wait and see. This journaling is also a very reflective, introspective process, okay? So when it comes to love, I'm sensing a bit of a pause here. Let's see what the tarot cards have to say, though, because I'm getting one message. Okay, so this message is, I feel like there's going to be an opportunity for you to take a break, either from dating or from your relationship. Like maybe someone needs to go visit a family member in another state, or maybe someone has to go on a work trip or something like that, right? But there's going to be like a few days of break here where you can really be with yourself and reconnect with yourself and kind of understand your own personal identity now, not the identity of you as a person in a relationship, or you that's dating, you that's wanting love or whatever. It's like coming back to yourself and like, who am I? Like, have I changed because of this relationship? Have I changed and now that changes who I want to be with? You know, I know that's happened to me. Like I I've been taking a long break from dating and romance, and I'm really starting to get a very clear understanding of what type of partner I actually want. And it's not the type of partner that I thought I wanted before, okay? And that's probably why a lot of my relationships never worked out, or a lot of the dates that I went on didn't result in a second date, because I was dating the wrong type of person. I was dating who I thought I should date, who I thought I wanted, rather than really honoring my own personal desires, my own personal needs. You know, I was always going after the hot guy because I thought that's what everybody was supposed to do, go after the attractive, good-looking person that everyone else will want to date. And it's kind of like, no, that's really not what I really need. I don't need that hunk-a-hunk model kind of guy. There's something more I'm looking for in a long-term partner, in a relationship, you know? So I feel like this is that opportunity for you as well to take a break and see, like, what do you really want out of love? What do you want to experience in romance, in relationship? Do you want to get married? Do you not want to get married? Do you want to move in? Do you not want to move in? Do you want to stay single for a little longer? Do you want to get back into dating? Like, you know, I feel like now is a good time for you to just take a pause when it comes to love and romance, okay? And not just push forward without reflecting on it. So we have the Sun card, Ace of Cups, Page of Cups. Okay, wow, so definitely a lot of clarity here coming through. 3 of Coins and 9 of Wands. So again, just like with the previous 2 sections, I feel like these 3 cards are working in concert, and these 2 are kind of a separate message, or a message in addition. So wow, group 3, you hit the jackpot. You got like double the messages here than the other groups. So here with this, with the Sun card, to me, this is sort of like a dawning. You're going to be experiencing like an epiphany when it comes to love and romance in your life. You're just going to be like, what? Oh my God, I never thought of it that way. Or I never thought I would want that. Like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And it's going to feel so awesome. Okay. It's not going to be that realization where it's like, huh, so such and such and so, and man, that's a bummer. No, not at all. Your thing is going to be like, huh, such and so. Yeah, oh my God, that's so true. That's so right. So that's what I need to start doing from now on, right? Because here with this Ace of Cups and Page of Cups, both of these symbolize new beginnings. And it's that epiphany that I feel is going to trigger this new beginning in you, okay? And it involves emotional fulfillment. So one of the things that is such a powerful lesson when it comes to attracting love is so many people, the mistake that they make is they create this list of characteristics or personality traits that the other person must have, right? They have to be tall, they have to have dark hair, they have to have a great job, they have to come from a great family, like they have to drive this kind of car, they have to live in this place. Like there's this list of criterion and checklist items. But really, the best way to attract love, and take note of this, y'all, the best way to attract love, if that's what you want to manifest right now in your life, is by honing in on how you want to feel. How do you want your boyfriend, girlfriend, future spouse to make you feel, okay? So feelings go a lot more, do a lot more, and they're a lot more powerful when it comes to attracting what you want than your thoughts do. Okay, because you can think you want these things, but it's about feeling, okay? And now, you know, like I used to think I want a guy with like a 6-pack, for example, right? Like to me, I just like want a guy with a 6-pack. But what that really symbolized for me was that that person is healthy, right? And therefore, they're going to live a long life, and they won't have a lot of medical problems, and they won't get sick, and I won't have to take care of them, and they won't, you know, pass away early on me, right? Like, that's what that 6-pack represented to me, is that reassurance and security, knowing that they're healthy and that they won't have health problems or experience any type of disabilities or restrictions down the line, right? And then I came to realize, like, it's not the six pack. Like, there are plenty of people who are healthy that don't have a six pack or an eight pack, right? There are plenty of people who don't have like chronic medical conditions or whatever. And so it's more like this feeling of being safe around my partner, feeling like I could count on them, that I could rely on them because they're healthy enough to show up for me, right? That's what that symbolized for me. So think about that for a minute. All right, I feel like that's going to be a good journal activity for you, journal activity for you after you finish watching your reading, okay? To how do you want to feel when you're in a relationship? So flip that sort of viewpoint, and I feel like you'll be able to connect with this person a lot sooner. Or maybe you'll be able to realize that, you know, this partner that you're with now does make you feel this way, and there's maybe nothing else that you need to change about them or something. I don't know, right? It's going to be different for all of you. So what's up with this? 3 of coins, 9 of wands. What's going on here? Let's take a look. I'm feeling here that someone has a crush on you. Very, very interesting. I'm feeling here that someone has a crush on you. Or they're going to be crushing on you in this next phase of your life. I feel like many of you are going to figure it out. You're going to find out eventually who this person is. Either you're going to figure it out or they're going to tell you that they're crushing on you. And what's interesting is I see that there feels like there's a wall between you and this person. It feels like there's something blocking you or an obstacle, okay? Like maybe someone is crushing on you, but they were someone you knew from before and now they live in a different city than you. And so like distance is a problem. Or I feel like someone is crushing on you, but they feel like they're in the friend zone. And so you won't ever see them romantically. Someone is crushing on you, but maybe they feel like they're too old for you or too young for you. Like you're, it's not an age-appropriate match, whatever that means. But, you know, some people get hung up on that, right? So I feel like someone is crushing on you and wants to connect with you, but they feel or you feel like there is an obstacle in the way, okay? I'm not sure what you guys want to do about that obstacle, to be honest with you. But I feel like one or both of you feel like there's an obstacle with this connection. And it could be if you're in a relationship that obviously if you're not polyamorous and that's not an open relationship or anything like that, then of course the relationship itself is going to be an obstacle to you connecting with this person, right? Because that's just kind of not how your relationship operates. It's not what the agreement is when you went into a relationship with someone. Okay, so I want to see if we can get some more clues about who's crushing on you, because I'm curious, and I feel like maybe you're a little curious too. So this is the first time in this reading. I had this on standby, ready to go in case I needed it, and it's so fun that I need it on the very last part of the last reading. So who is this person? Can we get some clues as to who this person is? Okay, wow, I feel like those want to come out. Is crushing. So let's see what clues we have, okay? I feel like okay, what's interesting is I'm getting that each clue is different for each of you, right? So it's not all 3 cards are not going to be the clues you need to take. Just one of these cards will be the clue, okay? So go ahead. Oh, wow, this is a fun little game. Go ahead and pick which one you think will describe this person that has a crush on you. Pause the video if you need to. And then let's look at what we have here. So if you chose this card, this person that's crushing on you is an air sign, okay? So Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. This person is very smart. They're very intellectual. They're very honest. They speak their mind. They don't lie at all. They believe honesty is the best policy, okay? Now, if you were drawn to the middle card, we have Knight of Coins. So this is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This person is, they're very kind of underplayed is what I'm getting here. They're not flashy. They don't try to get attention. They kind of have like a steady energy about them, very grounded energy about them. They really work hard because to them, money and material things is really important. So again, they're not gaudy or flashy. They just believe in having money saved up, having money put aside. Maybe they even make a lot of money to support their family members even, right? I have a friend like that who works hard to support him and his partner, but he also gives money to his parents every month to help pay for groceries and things like that. So they work hard, but it's not in a sense of like greediness, and they don't want to have wealth because of greed. It's because they want to invest the money, or they need to use the money to help other people. Okay? And lastly, if you were drawn to this card, you have the Seven of Wands. So we have someone who's, I feel like, a champion for like human rights, for justice, and that could be their profession or their career, or that's just kind of who they are. Like they're that type of person who gives to charities, that helps spread messages about injustices around the world, right? Like maybe they're that person. What I'm seeing is they share these things on social media, like in their story, on Facebook or Instagram, or they tweet about like, oh my gosh, did you hear about this? Like, I can't believe this is happening, you know, like they reshare, repost things about shady business dealings or environmental catastrophes, pollution and wastefulness, right? Or slavery, right? Like those types of things. So you get the idea. They could also be a fire sign, because Wands is a fire sign. So Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. All right? So I hope that helps you get a hint about this person who's crushing on you. If not, there's another video on my channel about crushes and who's crushing on you, and you can go check that out, and if you haven't already, and that might even give you more clues. All right? But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. It means a lot that you stayed till the end. And if you allowed the ads to play during the video, I want to thank you so much for that as well, because that helps create revenue for my channel, so I can keep making videos for everybody, and so that I can grow my channel and spread even more good messages and positive vibes to people out there in the world. All right? So thank you again so much for watching, loves. I'll see you all next time.